Hello and welcome. Today we're going to work on trying to calculate a beginning financial analysis. We're going to use Apple, and so how do you get started with financial analysis or data analysis? Now we're going to use Excel because that's the best tool that everyone has basically. So we're going to go to Marketwatch and search for Apple, and we're going to select financials from the menu, and we're going to look at annual data and start pulling some information from the income statement and from the balance sheet. And we'll refer back and forth to this a little bit. So here's what I've done so far. I've just set up a simple little table. We're going to need to know these 6 items: current assets, current liabilities, total assets, net income, and total revenue. Because our instructions, we're calculating 3 different ratios, and ratios we need 2 numbers typically to at least get 1 ratio. So current ratio, we're going to calculate the current assets divided by current liabilities and so on. Now, so let me show you how I did this. I didn't type any of that data in there, so let's get started with the Marketwatch. Let me show you Marketwatch. So I'm at marketwatch.com, and if we search, we're going to search for Apple. And so Apple is the symbol AAPL. So if you go here, you want to go to financials. And so the income statement is first and then the balance sheet. Let's do the balance sheet, and I've already pulled those numbers. So here's what I did. On the balance sheet, I needed the current assets. So I went down to the bottom of the current assets section and I just copied it. So I highlighted all these and copied, okay? Now, copy, you can do Command or Control C. You can right click and do copy and then paste on the spreadsheet. Let me show you how to do it. Let me do 2 and we'll do the income statement. I need 2 things on the income statement. I need the sales revenue. Now look, our numbers are 2016, 17, 18, 19, 20. So I need our sales revenue. So I'm going to grab this number. And so it goes from 214 billion all the way up to 274 billion. So I'm going to copy and then go back to our spreadsheet here. And so I have that's the total revenue. So I'm going to put it down here and paste. Okay, now what's the problem? I've got the B in the billion and I don't want that. So what I can do is I can go to Find and Select, and I can go to Replace, and I can replace the B and just leave it blank with nothing and replace all. And you see what happens here? It takes the B, and that's a text string, and now it is a number we can work with. So I don't want to have to type in all those numbers, so I'm going to copy and paste that way. So copy, this is our total revenue. I'm going to put it right here, there. Do one more thing with net income, and I've did this 4 times before the video started, and so you can kind of see how this works. So net income, we will do the same thing. So I want net income down at the bottom. So net income is going to be 45 billion all the way to 57 billion. I'm going to copy, and then I'm going to paste. I'm going to paste where I was before. And so that's the billions, and I can go to Replace. I can go to Find and Replace, and I'm going to replace the B with a blank, replace all, and that way I have numbers to work with rather than text numbers. So here I've got all the numbers that I need. I'm going to get rid of this, and then I'm going to format everything here. I'm using just my same font, whatever font you want to use. So now we have it all in billions. So I'm happy to have it in billions of dollars, and that's how it's going to work. All right, so this is our data, and let's add where we're going to do, let's call this a dashboard maybe. So we're going to say this is our dashboard. And we're going to need, let's go back to our instructions. We've gone to Marketwatch. We've selected financials. We've got the income statement, the balance sheet, and we're going to prepare calculations for the following ratios: the current ratio, the debt ratio, and the net profit margin. So I'm going to type in the current ratio, and then the next one is the debt ratio, and the last one is the net profit margin. Now here, we've got two ways we can think about this. We could, if you wanted to, we could show the formula and everything, but we're just going to be users of the information. So what we can do is, let's grab the years. We know the years. So I'm going to copy and then paste the years. So we're going to put here in this little dashboard, we're going to put the current ratio. Now the way we do it is, the current ratio is, look at the formula, it's current assets divided by current liabilities. So we're going to take the current assets for 2016 divided by the current liabilities in 2016. Now, that gives us 1.3526 on and on and on. We want to show two decimals, so everything we're going to show two decimals. Now, once we have this, we can copy it across. So we go to the bottom right-hand corner, and that's the fill handle, and we can drag across, and that calculates it for each of the 5 years. So 1.35, 1.28, 1.12, so on. We can do the same thing for the debt ratio. If we look at the debt ratio is total debt divided by total assets. So we're going to take the total debt, which is the same thing as total liabilities, right? So 193 billion divided by the total assets of 321 billion. So that gives us a number, and we're going to show this as a percentage and give us two decimal places there. So 60.13, and we can copy it then across just like that. So what we see is, and we'll look at the numbers here in just a minute, this number is growing. The current ratio was kind of, it went down a little bit and then it went up a little bit for the 5 years. Net profit margin is going to be total net income divided by your total revenue or total sales. So we're going to take our net income, 45, divided by 214. Now, the thing that happens with this, how ratios are very helpful, is that you're taking those big numbers of billions of dollars that we can't really understand and converting them to ratios. So let's explain what these ratios mean. So the current ratio is current assets divided by current liabilities. So for every dollar in current assets, current liabilities, we have how many dollars in current liabilities. So this says we have $1.35 of current assets for every dollar of current liabilities. So the formula is current assets divided by current liabilities. So we've kind of assumed current liabilities is 1 once we divide. And so we have $1.35, $1.28, $1.12, $1.54, and $1.36. So it went down a little bit and then went back up for the 5 years. So this shows our ability to pay our debts, our current liabilities, when they become due. Now the debt ratio is total debt or total liabilities divided by total assets. And this starts at 60, 64, 70, 73, 79. That's really 80%. So what's happened over time is the debt as a percentage of the assets has really grown at Apple. Now, is this a planned thing? Is this went from 60% to basically 80%? Is this what they wanted to do? Interest rates have been low for those 5 years, so maybe that was a plan because interest rates were low and they locked in lower debt at lower interest rates. Now, net profit margin is net income divided by your revenue, and so you can see here they've kind of been within a tight band of 21, 22, 21% along the way. So every dollar they have in sales, they get about 21 cents or 22 cents in net profit, which is net income. So that's very, very good. All right, we got a few little things we want to do to analyze this. So we've completed all the way through 4 here, and we've shown you how to calculate and show the data as a decimal and then as percentages. Now we're going to do Sparklines. So for these, we're going to use a little feature in Excel called Sparklines. So let's go back to the dashboard. So we're going to add a little Sparkline over here, and it is under the Insert tab, and it is all the way in its own little button called Sparklines. We do a line, a column, or a win-loss. Now, For this data, line or column would be appropriate. So let's go back and see what we're asking. The current ratio, we want a column sparkline. So what we're going to do, we're going to highlight everything, including that empty cell. We'll do a sparkline and do a column. So we have, go back and show, I guess we can do it this way. And where to place it, we're going to place it in that empty cell and hit OK. And you'll see we have 5 years. So it does a little graph. What a sparkline will do is just a little bit of graph. You can see it dipped and then it went up and then back down slightly. So the highest year was 2019. You can change the colors and things like that if you want to. Now, if you made this cell bigger, it makes the sparklines a little bigger. So that makes sense right there. Let's keep looking at our information. Let's do a line sparkline. So here, we're going to insert a sparkline that will be a line. So it says, what's our data? Our data is those three right there. And we're going to put it in G6. So you can see it went up. So the trend is up. And so you want to watch and you can see, hey, it went from 60% to 80%. That would be something you want to investigate. Net profit margin. All right, so we want it to be a line sparkline, and we can have a 3-point weight and a high and low points. So let's go back here. We're going to do a line. So we're going to insert sparkline and then a line. We're going to highlight the net profit margin, and it goes into G8, so you can see what happens there. Now, if you want to edit this, you can edit this a little bit with color. You can do it by weight. You can do 3-point. Now it's a bigger line there. And you can also do things like high and low. You can do high point and the low point. Or you can go up here and say, I want to select the high point of this and the low point, and you can see how this works. Now, for this to work, you might want to have maybe a taller cell. So now you can see you have a taller and wider cell, and you can see the very third year is the high and the last year is the low, and so on. So you can start looking at data analysis. I'm going to get rid of a couple of the rows here. So this is a simple little dashboard. You can see how well this company's doing. All right, let's look at our instructions. We have some more things that I'm not going to type in anything, but let's think about, what about the trends in total revenue? Well, our total revenue went from 214, 228, 265, 259, 274. Overall trend is up, and you can figure out, what's the percentage that it increased. So you take the difference between the 274 and the 214, that's 60 billion divided by the original 214. So you could say something like, let me show you how this works. You could say the 274 minus the 214. Okay, that's a $60 billion, $59.9 billion increase divided by the original number, which is 214. So you can say, hey, our sales grew in 5 years. We grew our sales by right at 28%. That's fantastic for a 5-year growth. Now, that's not individual years. That's the entire 5 years, and you can annualize it if you wanted to. But our total revenue grew, and it grew by 28%. All right, what about net income? What happened to net income? You could do the same thing for net income. Now watch. The beautiful thing about Excel, you went from 45 up to 57. So what's our percentage growth? I can just copy it up there. Our net income grew at like 26%, and our revenue grew at 28%. So they moved together here in this case. What you don't want is revenue to go up 28% and your net income only went up 3%. That's a problem. The last one is asking about, what about the ratios? Let's look at the ratios. Current ratio, it dipped, but it stayed about the same where it was. The debt ratio is the one we'd look at. Like, debt ratio is going from 60% to 80%. So that means they have a higher and higher percentage of debt. Let's look at their total liabilities. It went from 193 to 258, and when their total assets went from 321 to 323. So what's happening is they have more percentage of liabilities than they do equity. That may be a planned thing, that may be something that just happened, but it probably is because of very low interest rates over those 5 years. So that's how you start just a beginning financial analysis of a company. There's more ratios. We did 3. We did little Sparklines just to kind of help you out. So this is how you get going on how to calculate a beginning financial analysis. We'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.